So for as long as I can remember, I've been into music. I've loved the art of music since I was like, yeah, 5 or 6. I've always danced to, Michael Jackson's one of my favorites. But just in general, when I would watch TV, I would always jam to the music and just pay attention to the music more than other things. Like even when I would play some of my favorite video games, like I would love the game, but what would stick out to me was the soundtrack of the game. So for example, games like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Legend of Zelda, stuff like that would really stick out to me because of the soundtrack was so beautiful. And so that's what made those games so good to me. And so I've kind of always liked music, but I didn't start getting serious into like actually producing music until recently. My uncle passed away and a few months ago, and that really just kind of clicked in my head to like really go forward because he was a professional musician, so I kind of just wanted to carry on that flame and make some of my own music, see what I could do. With this album, it's pretty much just the testing grounds of what I'm capable of. So I just recently got a piano, like literally a month ago. So I got it for my birthday, and I've never really practiced on it. I've never practiced the piano before that. So this album is literally me learning how to use a piano at the same time making tracks out of my head. So I've only been playing the piano for 30 days. So that's how long I've been playing. I wanted the album to be not only a testing ground, but kind of like a blueprint for my progress. So when you guys listen to the album, if you listen to it, you'll hear the first few songs are kind of like, I'm not gonna say they're bad and good, but the progression, you can see the progression within the album. So the first few songs are just me testing out what I can do, what I'm comfortable with, and then throughout the album, some of the tracks get more sophisticated with layers of sounds, and so I try to test what I can do throughout the album. So the last few songs are more sophisticated, I guess I'll say, than the first few songs. So because I just got better over time, obviously. So that's what I want this album to be, a reflection of my direct skills. And yeah, so I've only been playing the piano for 30 days. I would say I like melodic type music. I guess people call it new age, like spiritual type music, relaxing music, calm music. I like my jams too, obviously pop, but I just really like this serene type of music that gets you into that relaxing mood. That's one of my favorite genres of music. Like I said before, Final Fantasy, they had those type of tracks really put you in a state of relaxation, which is really nice. That's one of my favorite genres of music. So new age, I guess that was what some people would call it. So like I said before, my uncle passed away, so that really pushed me to make more music. But the actual inspiration for me making the album was just me kind of putting, pretty much be trying to evolve to the next stage. This album is actually a direct comparison to how my life was 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago. And so some of the titles are a reflection of what my life was like 5, 6 years ago. And so it was a really stressful time. And so I just wanted to kind of put that away and stop dwelling on it, because most of my life I would always look to the past to figure out what I want to do in the future, and so I'm not really doing that no more. So I'm kind of putting my past behind me so I can move forward. And this album is kind of amalgamating all the things that I went through, specifically 5 years ago. And I'm kind of just letting it go. And so this album is very personal to me, and I kind of didn't really want to release it to the world. I kind of just wanted to make it and listen to it myself. But I just decided to release it because like, why not? So yeah, that's what really inspired me to make this album. My life 5 years ago, just all the things I went through. And when I listen to this album, it takes me back there 5 years ago. So it's like I don't want to forget what happened, but I also want to move forward. So that's why it's called what it's called. Because like 5 years ago. It was a really stressful time for me, and I kind of felt trapped, which is why it's called Trapped in the Basket. And so, not just trapped physically, just trapped like mentally and spiritually. Like, I couldn't really explore my full potential back then because of circumstances that I couldn't control. No one can really control it, so it just is what it is. It made me the person I am today, but it also, hindered me to do certain things. So now, I'm just kind of looking back on it, I'm like, okay, yeah. So that's pretty much why it's called Jumping Basket. So, do I like the album? I mean, yeah. I don't think I would release anything I didn't like. I definitely think all the songs were made a certain way. Like, sometimes you guys will hear the album, it'll sound like some of the tunes are off key. That's actually how I wanted it to be. I actually wanted it to be really raw because my life was like that 5 years ago. It wasn't all smooth and, to the key. Sometimes it was bumps in the road. So this album is a direct reflection of how my life was 5 years ago. So I like it exactly how it is. And yes, I do like my album. So it took me exactly 30 days to make the album because the day I got the piano, the next day I started practicing, and the day after that I started making my first song. So yeah, 30 days pretty much. What's my favorite song on the album? That's a good question. All of them are really good. If I had to choose one, I'd probably say either Young Spiral or Forgotten Hero. Yeah, I have to say that's one of my favorites. What do I think people's reaction will be? I think people will be surprised that I'm dropping an instrumental album instead of me rapping or whatever like most people would expect. But I hope people like it. I don't know what most people's reaction will be, but I hope they like it. That's all I can say. Is this my last album? I don't know. Depending on how I feel after it drops, and if I still want to make music, then no, maybe not. I don't know. No, I don't think this is all I have. I think I can do more.